Okay, so for my final term at BCIT, I had to do a group project, and we basically had to develop a device. And this is the final result after we started the design process back in September, and this is really a really rough prototype. But this device, I should say, actually is meant to be sort of an alarm for water. So say your washing machine or dishwasher or whatever appliance that uses water, say one of the pipes break and water starts pooling on the floor. This tape right here is meant to detect that. As water crosses it, the resistance between these two metal strips will change, and it will be read off of a microcontroller inside here, an analog digital converter, and it'll actually output an alarm. And also, these wires will either output a 0 to 5 volt signal with the red and the black wires, or it's just a dry contact between these two yellow, or the yellow and blue wire, I should say. And there's a screen here that actually gives you a little bit of information and lets you navigate. Oh, there we go. The device is on. So it's a very low power device. It runs off 2 AA batteries, and so once you turn it on, you just get this the home screen, and so you can see there's an alarm status. It's either enabled, disabled, or silent, or active alarm. There's a setting, which is just that slider that you can see, and then the sensor reading. So that's actually what the controller is reading right here, and then the battery level. Now, about every 20 seconds, it will go into a sleep mode to save power, and to wake it back up, you just press a button. And then, so you got all these buttons down here. You can select menu, and then you can go into a menu to just change different settings. So you can go up or down. Back will bring you back to the main menu, or to the home screen, and pressing menu again will actually get you select whatever option. So alarm, enabled, disabled. Well, we want to enable the alarm. Alarm level, you can adjust it. I guess this is a little bit unintuitive, but up and down. And this is just sets kind of the tolerance on here. So if you're set all the way to the wet setting, you can tolerate a little bit of condensation and things like that if you're in a potentially wet environment. Otherwise, you'd probably just want to be on dry. And so you can click back to go back. And read interval, you can set it for a certain, amount of time for it to fall asleep and then wake back up to just quickly take a reading and go back to sleep. So every 1/10 of a second, 0.5, 1 second, or even up to 30 seconds. The difference between 1 and 30 seconds can be about 6 months of power. We calculated anyway for it to be about 18 to 19 months at 30 seconds. But even down at 0.1 seconds, it's 12 months, given that the device is predominantly in sleep mode. Obviously, if you've got the screen on for a very long time, then you're using up more power. But yeah, so I'll just demonstrate it working when it actually detecting. So it has an audible speaker and these outputs. So I got a voltmeter over here that can show us. Oh, doing this one-handed. Okay, so right now, DC volts, selected on this little guy here. Okay, so right now we got 0 volts. And right now the device is even in sleep mode too, so I can sort of demonstrate that it wakes up and outputs an alarm. So this tape, this conductive tape, I'm just going to submerge in a little bit of water. So simulate a pool of water on a floor. I don't know if you can hear that. There we go. So you can hear it, and it's 5.17. You don't want the alarm on too much because it actually uses quite a fair bit of power, this prototype. I'll also demonstrate the dry contacts here. So just go here, and okay, so I will submerge it again. Oh, I'll put it onto continuity mode. So right now it's showing a 1, as in infinite resistance, meaning these two contacts are open. So, alright, so now I'll submerge it again. The device wakes up, and you can see the resistance is very low now. And actually what I can do is I can silence it by hitting the acknowledge button. Back also doubles as acknowledge, and it'll just turn off the alarm. So when you go into Investigate or whatever, you can just press that acknowledge button, and have it basically just tell it to shut up. Like, I'm aware of a problem and I'm fixing it. So right now there's a little bit of latent moisture, and it's still triggering. So you'd probably want to adjust the settings a little bit. But yeah, that's basically how the thing works. So yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.